Peace and blessings, everybody. Now, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to roll. I'm ready to do it. Why am I sitting in the car with my scarf on and my winter jacket? Because I drive for long hours into the night. And oftentimes, you will find, if you are anything like me, to my rideshare brothers and sisters, if you're out here driving for long hours, that's already, well, it's different for me because I drive an electric car. But let me dial it back for a second. My name is DJ Freedom, and you see me going left and right because I'm live on IG and I'm also live on YouTube. So I may not say IG family, YouTube family, because it will be one and the same when it goes out. The IG feed on IGTV stays live. It turns out, at least now, the way I've been seeing it, when you post on IG Live, IGTV, it stays up beyond 24 hours, which is great. The same is true with YouTube. Of course, YouTube is YouTube. I don't post to Facebook Live. I don't do that because I don't want my mix shows to be flagged. I've never had a mix show flagged on IG. I've had lots of YouTube mixes flagged. Lots. But the thing is, I would prefer to post on YouTube because YouTube is still the most widely used platform for DJs in the world, above and beyond any platform. Okay? SoundCloud has now gotten my vote to put my mixes up again, so I became a SoundCloud Pro DJ again. And funny thing, some of my old stuff that was in there from a few years ago when I used to do SoundCloud posts came back up. So I pushed them out of the way and made room for new mixes that I've done. Right now, if you go on my SoundCloud, DJ Freedom Lives, you'll find 5 of my best mixes of the year. I'm going to update that because I missed a few. There were a few that weren't in that list that are going to get added sometime later today, maybe tomorrow, but I'm going to add them on. So Tuesday, which is today, this is the reason I'm doing this because I got a lot of information I want to share with y'all. In the background is my brother DJ AV. What's good, King? My brother has been a phenomenal DJ for over 20 years like yourself, and he puts in work to this day, all right? A real vet, a real good dude, you know what I mean? Always looked out for me when he was doing his parties, and, you know, he's just someone that you want to rock with who's a people's champ, all right? Certified, all right? Not a lot of DJs I'll give that blessing to, and I only follow a limited number of DJs on my page. So if I'm following this DJ, trust and believe it's somebody worth following. Big shout out to Kid Capri as well, Ted Smooth, okay? There's a few of y'all that I rock with on the hip-hop side, R&B side, what have you. I'm from the Bronx, man. I'm always represent, regardless of me playing house or Afrobeat or any other styles of music. I'm always represent from a hip-hop standpoint. Even in my house, if you listen to the cadence I put on it, it's got a hip-hop feel. The variety that I play in music, even when I'm playing house, DJs can't hang with that variety, that level of variety, because they don't see the music being that broad. But let me get there. Let me go back for a minute though. Why am I doing this? This is called Ride and Vibe. You can put a hashtag in front of that. Ride and Vibe is my thing. Other people have used the hashtag Ride and Vibe. It's a phrase. I can't claim it as my own. People have said I ride and I vibe, or ride and I vibe, or vibe and ride. But ride and vibe. I'm in the car, I'm riding. I'm not driving at the second, but I might start driving in a minute. And when I do, it's a reference to vibing. What's good, Born Prodigy? So the idea behind me doing this, ride and vibe, is to share what's going on with me, DJ Freedom, and the rideshare world, and the DJ world, music in general, and in life. I'm going to start with what I was saying already, because I reactivated my SoundCloud page after not using it at all for years. I've mainly used Mixcloud. Big shout out to Mixcloud and to all the DJs who knew years ago that Mixcloud was a better platform to be on, because Mixcloud did not charge any money. But it costs money to host all the content that they host, right? So they created a professional opt-in called Mixcloud Select. And I'm going to promote it for them because I don't have it, but it may be appropriate for one of my DJ peers who use Mixcloud and would like to have another level to their platform, which is to say that you can get paid for your mixes. When people opt in as a subscriber of your channel, you can get paid for it. I don't know the science of the money, but this is how the platform was set up. So for you DJs who use Mixcloud and you want to get paid for your Mixcloud posts, just purely for that, for the followers that follow you, make sure you tell people that you are a Mixcloud Select member or subscriber. Subscriber is better. And that they can subscribe to your channel and get exclusive content on your Mixcloud. That's if you want to run it like that. It's not important to me. I want as many people to hear it as possible. When I put a mix up, I want everybody to hear it. Period, point blank. So, that's Mixcloud. SoundCloud. Of course, SoundCloud is the same as it's ever been. They haven't changed anything. They give you 2 hours for free. You get an account. You can upload a mix. If you're doing 2-hour shows, you can upload the 2-hour show, leave it there till you post the next one, and you got to take that down and put a new. That's if you're free. If you pay, right now it's about $17 a month. That's what I'm paying. But you can upload forever. But you're paying forever. The minute you stop paying, I don't care if you've been with them for 10 years, you miss a month and don't pay, they close your account. They don't close your account. Let me correctly say. They only allow the 2 hours to be seen and heard, rather to be heard. And everything else is still there. They don't delete your content. Because like I said, when I went back in and saw that all my content was still there after paying for a pro account again, everything was there. And you were able to see it. I was able to see new people liking old mixes all of a sudden that haven't been shown at all. So that was a good thing. However, it wasn't important for me to have the old stuff. I'm not doing it for the old. I'm doing it so I can upload all my new mixes. And I'm not going to go through all my Mixcloud archives and upload everything to SoundCloud. But if I did, more people would hear it. Because SoundCloud is still more popular than Mixcloud by far. I will upload key mixes that I think everyone should know about to my Mixcloud, my SoundCloud page. Alright? So, to my YouTube family, I'm going to address you because I've been addressing our Instagram family directly most of this time, just by default, because I know it's live, and if people see me looking elsewhere, they may not realize that this is for them. But you know I'm talking to you, even if I'm not looking at you. It's like a conversation, right? I have a conversation with different people at one time. You look at the other person that you're talking to, but you mainly look at the person that you're addressing directly. So I'm addressing my YouTube family directly, and that's how that goes. By the way, if you're on my YouTube, my Instagram is also the same as YouTube, the same as Twitter, the same as Tumblr, the same as my website. DJ Freedom Lives. However, my website, take off the S. I couldn't get the S. Maybe I own the name under a different alias, but I couldn't find it. Right now, somebody owns DJFreedomLives.com. I'm gonna find out within a few days. In between time, I'll let you know. In the meantime, DJ Freedom Live. That's what it is. However, on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Tumblr, DJ Freedom Lives. And I mentioned Tumblr too, because I used to use Tumblr. Tumblr is more of a blog. I'm going to promote these sites today. I'm going to give them some love. Tumblr is for people who like to blog, post pictures. It's like any other social platform. There's not a lot of interaction. For me, it's kind of whack, actually. But if there's people that use it, and all it is for you to go on your Instagram, create a post, and it comes up as one of the options you can also post your content to, why not have an account? I created an account with them right after I created an account with Instagram. I knew about it before, but I wasn't using it. So now I'm on Tumblr again, because I finally figured out what my email was that I used the account that I had years ago. So we've talked about accounts and where you can find me for about 10 minutes. Let's talk about rideshare for a few, and then I'm gonna close with me again. This section of my Ride and Vibe session is for my rideshare brothers and sisters in New York City in particular. All right? In New York City, we are well over 100,000 drivers, right? The problem with rideshare in New York, as it's been, too many drivers, and the regulation over how we drive is insane. Literally, it's crazy. The TLC, the governing body that the city put in place to manage relationships. What's good, Cool Breeze 77? What the TLC has done is they've tried to listen to the drivers through these open hearings they have and forums. I've gone to them. It's cool that we have access to speaking to them, and you can really speak to them, and they really will take heed to what you're saying, and they put policies in place that affect drivers in the long term, immediately and in the long term. But it seems to not be enough. I'm gonna give you an example. You drive with Uber, just for drivers for a minute, right? You drive with Uber or Lyft, and they both do what they both do. They both do the same thing. So I'm not trying to talk bad on them, because I still drive with them. But I'm saying what's real, and they know it, and we all know it. You're driving with them, you get locked out. If you're in a certain neighborhood and there's no rides, you get locked out. Why are you locked out? You know what can happen? A lady 3 blocks away from you can log on to her app and decide she needs a ride. You're locked out. You don't get the call. You don't get the ride. Somebody else who may be dropping somebody in the area comes into the area, or is coming into the area within a reasonable amount of time, gets that ride. But you were here first. The algorithm doesn't work according to who was there first. No one knows really what the science is. We just know that if I'm in the area and I see people all the time standing around with their phones, I've actually had people walk over to the window and say, Are you an Uber driver, a Lyft, whatever? Yeah. Well, can you, and they looking at their phone, can you, and I'm like, no, I can't. If I don't get your ride, if I don't get you on my app, then I can't take you. So being locked out is a problem because you have no control over who you get anyway, which is not what I'm not saying that's a problem that needs to be addressed. The problem that we need to address is the fact that the lockout exists. You know why it exists? Because Uber and Lyft took on too many drivers. If they had their way, they would continue to saturate the market with drivers. Because it's a numbers game. They're in the business to make money, not regulate drivers. That's the TLC's job. So the TLC, their job in regulating drivers, unfortunately, they're not doing a good job because the business is a mess. However, I go out and I make money regardless. I'm going to get mine. And a lot of other drivers, just like me, have the same attitude. We're going to get out here and we're going to make our paper regardless. The problem with how it's being done is the issue that I'm bringing to your attention. And I know that any drivers that see this or hear this will attest to what I'm saying. It's a real thing. Now, I want to again big up and thank my brother DJ AV. This is him in the background playing music. I had to lower it down some, much as you might want to listen to it. Go on his channel. He's one of the people I follow on Instagram, and he's someone that you can rock with. He's got great mixes. He's a really good dude. Most importantly, he's a good dude and he's a good DJ. How about that for two things that you need in your life if you're talking about music? Let's get back to it. I want to recommend all of you who do rideshare in New York to get involved. Go to TLC hearings. Join IDG. I follow them. They're known as the Independent Drivers Guild. I follow them on my Instagram. Okay? Anybody I follow, you can trust me. It's someone you can follow. They're good. Whether it be a business or a person. I only follow 68 people. That number is my birth year, in case you're wondering about the math. IDG, good money. I wouldn't be sitting in this car if it wasn't for them. IDG has representatives who will help you get on the road and stay on the road. Key. Right now, they're in New York City, which is where they were founded and based. They also are in New Jersey. I highly recommend you get with IDG. Highly recommend. Okay? They are good for your business. They will help you get in business. Help you with getting a car. How to do it. The members are drivers themselves. So these are people who speak from experience. We have monthly meetings, and yes, I'm a member for 2 years, going on 2 years next month. I'm a member. But I don't speak bias. Because if they was no good, if they were trash, I would say IDG is trash. I would tell you straight up. I joined, didn't work out for me, la la la. I dropped out. So I'm a member because what they do is good for drivers. They help drivers. I see it. Every time I go to a meeting, I communicate with them directly, some of the members. Wonderful people, man. They are about it. It's a member-driven guild. Akin to a union. They are in line with the Machinist Union, also based in New York City. All right? If the language is not something you're used to hearing, trust me, I wasn't either. I didn't even understand it at first, but I kept going. And eventually, I got someone to explain to me the whole science of it all. So, join IDG. If you are a rideshare driver, if you are a passenger, hear this carefully. If you are a passenger and you use Uber or Lyft, anywhere, support IDG with a donation. Because what they do is helpful to all drivers that do rideshare. How do you know this to be true? Because in every city, they watch what we do in New York. And because Uber has more drivers in New York City than any city on the planet. Trust and believe when I tell you what goes down in New York is reflected out into other cities around the world. So if IDG has a hand in affecting what drivers do and don't do and get and don't get all around New York, that's going to spill over into other cities. Maybe not in the same way, because rules and regulations are different. Notice I didn't say laws. The rules and regulations of the road, what the DMV will tell you can and can't do, is different. Only a few cities have a TLC, a governing body appointed by the state or the city, town, what have you, that oversees drivers. In New York, we have a taxi and limousine commission that's been here for many years, decades. Started with the yellow cabs, now they include rideshare. Also include the gypsy cabs from back in the day. They created the green cabs. They're just like yellow, except they only work in the boroughs. That was created for guys who had a car and drove in the hood, picking people up on the street. Hails. Street hails, they're called. You see somebody with their hand up, you pull over, pick them up, that's a street hail. I can't do that because my license, my vehicle, and everything that I do is for private calls only. I could do car service calls, I could work for a livery, private car service, or I can drive for Uber or Lyft. That's it. I can't do street hails. Okay? So y'all, for those of you that didn't know how this works, that's how it works. But in other cities, to my point why I'm saying this, there's no TLC. You can get on the platform just by going through Uber. You got a DMV license, you got your driver's license. I think it needs to say that you are a limo driver or provide services, something to that. I don't know. You have to look it up. Don't quote me. But I do know that if you do ride share in other cities and there's no TLC, you deal with the DMV to get your license, and then you go to what's good, Michael Jambrowski. You go through Uber once you get your DMV license, and then you'll be able to go out and drive and do your thing, whatever that may entail. All right. So for you passengers, once again, support IDG, Independent Drivers Guild. I will always promote them. It's not a paid endorsement. In fact, any name that I've named, any corporate name I've given you, I don't endorse them by being paid to do so. I'm giving you information that you need to have based on the need to have it. That's it. Knowledge is always going to be free, no matter what. If I make $1 off the information, that's all good, but I'm giving y'all information you need to have about rideshare. It's a good business to be in even now. Black Mr. Clean, what's good with you? Thank you for joining. Let's move on. You understand rideshare in New York City, all right? If you need help getting a car, if you need help renting one, I only suggest renting a car for rideshare in New York City for the first 6 months. After that, if you want to continue to be in this business, or if you know right away, this is going to be long term for me, talk to me about owning. I will tell you where to go. I won't promote the company I bought my car from. Not here. But it's on my license plate in the front and the back. They get enough promotion from that. I'm all over New York City and New Jersey and Long Island, sometimes Westchester. So people already know who they are. I will recommend you to them and to other options as well. I will not recommend you to any predatory companies that overcharge for their cars, because I happen to think these companies are terrible. They are set up on the platform to take all of your money directly and then pay you like a boss. They become the fleet owner. So you want to drive, you get a car from them, the price you pay, in addition to the $400 or more you pay for your vehicle, or $350 if you're fortunate, and you get an older Camry, or you get an SUV maybe, all right? But nothing luxurious, just a basic car, just so you can get on the road. You do that, you're paying them $350 a week, maybe $400. They sell you on the idea that includes insurance and maintenance. But you got to pay that every week, which means you got to make at least $700 a week just to justify being on the road, or $800. And if you drive like I do, you can make that in 2 days. If you drive 12 to 14 hours, I'm telling you what it is. You may be able to get it in less time. With a gas car, you can do it. And I'll address what I just said in a moment. But if you drive an electric vehicle, it's going to take you a long time to make that money. But you can do it. I'm just saying, why would you want to rent? Why would you want to rent a car to do rideshare? Long term. I'm saying long term. Beyond 6 months, you need to be in your own car. You need to be treating it like your own business. Because if you are in this business for a year or 2 years, then you need to be thinking about, I need my own SUV, I need my own car. Now, I'm going to address this quickly and then move on. If you decide you want to get your own car and you don't do it through one of these predatory companies, and you go through a small dealership that says they will provide you with plates, they will also provide you with a link to insurance, but you're responsible for the insurance, then it's all good. Go with them. I can, again, help you out. Send me a message on my page, wherever you see this, or send me an email directly, freedom@mix2go.info. Not .com, .info. And I'll give you info that you need about rideshare. Let's move on. I'm going to close with the EV conversation, because I'm sitting in an electric vehicle. That means I got to go out and charge my car. Right now, I got 91%. I had 94 when I turned the car on, because I sat here running the battery out talking to y'all. All right? But I didn't run it out. I just used some of the power. My point is, this is your reality when you drive an electric vehicle. This is option 1 in New York City, if you decide to do this as a business. Option 2, if you decide to get what is known as a wheelchair accessible vehicle. You get one of those, you're good money as well. Okay? You can drive in New York. Now, if you decide you want to buy a wheelchair accessible vehicle, you can get one brand new, you can get one slightly used, but that is the only other way for you to get a vehicle on the road and put your own plates on the car. Some of the dealers are nice and they'll do it for you. They'll process your plates. They'll help you with insurance or give you the link to it. And they'll also set up your inspection to get your car on the road. That's how it was done for me. I know how to do all of it, but it was nice to have them broker the situation. They didn't charge any extra money to do that. They have somebody that works in office that handles the plates, links you with insurance, the relationship anyway, and they link you with the inspection for your car. So you can commercially drive in New York, get your commercial plates, all of that. I'm living proof. I'm living proof. So anybody that says, oh, it can't be done, you can't do it. I did it. I did it after the lockout. I did it after the city imposed the new rules, not laws, rules, that you cannot plate your own car unless it is an electric car or a wheelchair accessible vehicle. If it's anything else, you can't do it. Here's a secret. The predatory companies that I talked about that I will not name have gone out and bought hundreds, if not thousands, of cars, SUVs, and all sorts of vehicles. And they put plates on them. And they will sell them to you. You will pay every week for 2 to 3 years, maybe 4, depending on what deal you get. I gotta move my phone because my phone is supposed to be getting hot. My apologies, y'all. Now you can't even see me, right? That's kind of whack. So I'm gonna put the two phones next to each other, if that's even possible. I don't know how to do this now. I'm trying to figure this out. There you go. That's even better, right? So I got my YouTube in front of me and my IG on the side. Phone was getting hot, so I had to move it. So listen. I'm in my car. By the way, it's a Nissan Leaf 2019. It's a great car. Drives well. Okay, it'll get you 160 miles on a full charge. That's 100% fully charged. The car comes with its own charger. So if you have a way to plug it in, like I do, you can plug it into your house, like you plug anything in the wall. And your bill's going to go up about $30 or $40 a month. But I'm paying, when I charge the car publicly, I pay anywhere from $10 to $20 every time I charge it. It's still less than half what I was paying for gas. But still a savings. A savings is a savings, right? If you drive 4 days a week like I do, and you're spending $40 a day, $160 cut in half. Makes sense, right? So that's where I am, paying less than half. And I don't do it every day. I don't charge it every day. I charge it, publicly, paying for it. Some days I'll just charge it once. On the busier days like Fridays and Saturdays, I'll charge it after 6 hours or so of driving, and then I'll charge it again for the next day. Or I'll charge it that one time after having driven for however many hours, drive that charge out, and then charge it again for the next day. So I'm charging it sometimes twice in a day. But it's still a savings. You get more mileage. You learn how to drive better. Because when I started, I was driving a gas car and I didn't respect the car. Short stops, taking off fast, all of that craziness that we New York drivers are known for. Going too fast, not fast enough, sharp turns. No good, man. Now, I drive like a driver's supposed to drive. And I will apologize to anyone that may see the promotion on my hat. I didn't put this on to promote The Walking Dead, although I happen to think it's a great show. At least the first several seasons were. It's another conversation. But I wanted to end this talking about music. That's how it began. That's how I wanted to end. I'm now working with a new station called Bbox Radio. bboxradio.com to be exact. Station is great. The lady who runs it is great. She has someone helping her do things. And my phone is hot, it says. So I don't have a lot of time, y'all. I'm trying to move it somewhere where it won't be in the sun. So just bear with me for a second. Yeah, it really is hot. I can feel it. There we go. It's not going to stay. Just bear with me, YouTube family. Trying to get it together here. Damn, this thing. I'm going to leave it sideways, so y'all just be looking at me sideways. It's all good, right? So listen, and I'm almost done anyway, so I'm not going to take too much more of your time. All right? Let me give y'all the info about my show. I'm going to give you info to when I do my shows, and then we'll reconnect again next time. Tomorrow will be the next official day that I do Ride and Vibe at 4 p.m. I don't like doing it by a set time because my life is busy and, you know, I got a lot on my plate, but I want to be able to connect with people on a more consistent basis. So if I'm doing this where I'm doing my live stream on 3 to 4 days a week, then I think I'm making headway with y'all. You know, these archives will be something you can go back to. You can get information about me, what I'm doing, where I'm going, how I'm doing it, etc. I don't talk about my family. I don't talk about my personal business. I just keep it about music. I'll tell you about people I know, so music or business or both, and anything in business, period. But if I don't address it, I don't address personal things, then that's purposeful, okay? Because I'm not about controversy. You'll find that there's no controversy on my page, with all due respect. Every now and then I'm moved by certain things, but, you know, car is saying that the phone is too hot, so I might have to log off 5G, y'all. I apologize. You can go on YouTube and get this later, and that's it. Maybe next time I'll do it at night. That way it doesn't overheat. Talk to you soon, Instagram family. By the way, the new show comes on Thursday, 4 to 6. My next Ride and Vibe is tomorrow at this same place, Instagram Live, okay? 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That would be right now. Well, within an hour of now. Peace. So YouTube family. Okay, so that's all set up and ready to go. Open the windows. It's feeling a little warm in here. All right. So, YouTube family, you get the extended version. The Instagram family won't get this. As I mentioned, I am live on bboxradio.com, and this begins May 21st, 2020, and every Thursday thereafter until further notice. Okay? Things change all the time, so if for some reason that don't happen, it won't be the first time. It shouldn't shock anybody. It's the nature of the beast, man. Things happen, and we just deal with what happens when it happens, okay? I will say that The opportunity is a great one on a basic level. They have listeners, they have viewers. I'm here to tap into that and to expand my fan base or supporter base. I don't like fan because fan is short for fanatic. So, that's me on Thursday. Every Wednesday, Ride and Vibe with yours truly. 4 p.m. Mondays at 3 o'clock, In the Mix to Go. I may not hold true to that, but that's what I'm hoping to be able to do consistently from week to week. And then, I'm missing something. No, that's it. Mondays, In the Mix to Go. Wednesdays, Ride and Vibe. Thursdays, DJ Freedom Lives. Mix to Go Radio will still be part of my reality. Archives mainly. But otherwise, that's me as a DJ. Oh, and on Tuesdays, 7 p.m., I put up my free mixes. Okay? I'm not going to do it today. Next week. That's it. That was the missing piece, puzzle piece. So I love you all. Not really. I'll see y'all when I see you. Did I miss anything? For bookings, when the world returns to being the way the world was, which it never will, but when we step into our new reality, better reality, you need to book a DJ like me. You want me, not like me. You want me? freedom@mixtogo.info. I do that party thing real heavy. Y'all should know. Till soon, peace.